So for people that don't know, Christopher Dunn has a theory that the Great Pyramid was actually some sort of a power generator.
Mm-hmm.
That it produced hydrogen gas.
I don't know. I mean, I know that the Egyptians, it's obvious that they have technology that is lost to us today.
The drill holes.
Yeah.
The way they cut the concrete, or the granite.
Yeah. But I really don't know. As far as the, like the manufacturing aspects, the engineering, the potential usages of these artifacts, it's not really like my specialty. Like like these vases are. Oh, this is a heavy one. These vases are fascinating, but I guess my interest would be studying like what can we learn about the context around these things and how they existed in their world and how people interacted with them, more so than what were they actually used for, I guess, and how exactly were they made. And so I just don't know about Chris Dunn's theory. I guess the first thing that comes to my mind is like, well, most of the pyramid is limestone and the interior is granite. I hear people talk about how like the makeup of the granite could be conductive in some way, but man, it's like the farthest thing from my set of knowledge.
Right. It is absolutely fascinating though, because if he's accurate, if he's onto it, like, boy, does that change everything.
Mm-hmm.
And if those Italian scientists that believe that there's literally a 2-kilometer deep structure underneath the pyramid, if they're correct, like, boy,
yeah,
the whole thing is like, what are we even talking about now?
Yeah, I find that fascinating. I think that the main drama around those scans was, when the scans came out, I don't think anybody was denying what was seen on the scans. I think it was like they had the artistic interpretations of the art concepts that they produced of what they thought was in there. Yeah. And I think a lot of people were like, whoa.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
Because even me, I was a little bit like, huh? When they made an art concept of it, and they took the King's Chamber and the relieving chambers in the Great Pyramid and superimposed it onto the Middle Pyramid, and they I guess quintupled it, like they made 5 of them. And I was thinking like, why do that? Like you're kind of undermining what your scan is when you're creating like a fantasy image, because
you're getting ahead of your skis.
Yeah, you're getting ahead of yourself, because we need to do the whole scan again, but you need to have tests. So like Luis Alvarez, are you familiar with him? He worked on the Manhattan Project with Oppenheimer, and after the war in the 50s or in the 60s, he got to go to Egypt and he scanned in the Khafra pyramid. He did the muon scans, and when he was in there, they tested it all before. So he was able to scan up through the pyramid, and he got the pinnacle of the pyramid, and he got all 4 corners. And so they tested it, and they did it several times just to confirm that what they were getting was right. And I think the muon scan only scanned like 19% of the pyramid. This is the 60s. So, but they didn't find anything, but the Stanford project came the next decade, and they found subterranean chambers under Khafra's pyramid. There's one like 69 feet down and another one 120 feet down. Huge chambers, bigger than the chambers inside the pyramids. And so, I guess we just have to wait and see what's going to happen. And I know that the scanned pyramids guys, the ones who found the void above the Grand Gallery in the Great Pyramid, I know they're interested in this now, and they're going to verify if this is true or not. And I'm interested in seeing how this goes. This could be a big year, man. If they actually drill into that void above the Grand Gallery, that's going to be a big deal.
I'm just absolutely fascinated by ancient civilizations, and then these mysteries, like the pyramids and these structures they found under the pyramid. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, what is that?
I've heard talk about it, basically.
I don't know if it's right. I don't know if it's wrong. I mean, I know some people think it's nonsense, but the researchers seem to think that they've done multiple scans and gotten the same results over and over again. And they're like, whatever these things are, there's pillars and there's spirals around the pillars, and it goes deep into the ground, and the whole structure's 2 kilometers deep.
Yeah, I think I heard you talking about it, then I heard that I thought it was fake.
Some people think that it can't be real because there's a water table underneath the Great Pyramid.
That's what it was.
But the question is it real and there's a water table? Is this shit in the water?
Yeah.
Like, is it so? Were these people so advanced that they built these insane structures 2 kilometers deep through the water? Because look, if they look, it's nuts that they can make the pyramid.
Yeah, I know. That still doesn't make sense.
Itself is nuts. All the structures, the Temple of Luxor, all that stuff is crazy. So if they can make that, why are we assuming that that's the pinnacle of crazy? Like there might be crazier below the surface.
Yeah,
that is
we haven't
like
found yet.
Right. Imagine if everybody thought that the most advanced buildings that were ever created were like buildings they built in Chicago in the 1800s. You're like, wow, look at this. This is what craftsmanship. Boy, people had reached an incredible level of ability. And then someone stumbles upon the pyramid and they're like, the pyramid. They go, okay, wait.
Yeah,
what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
There's 2,300,000 stones in this, and they weigh between 2 and 80 tons, and they're cut from a quarry hundreds of miles away, some of them, moved through the mountains. Like, how? So that's crazy. And imagine we think, well, this is the height of crazy. Well, you go under the surface of it, below the ground, and you get, what is this 2-kilometer deep structure?
Yeah.
That's even crazy. That makes that look simple, right? It's, well, then these people are just moving stones. How the fuck do they get it through the water? So they're gonna do more testing, though.
There's definitely something under there.
Someone starts something under there.
Something is under there.
Something's under there, and it's massive. And if these guys are correct that it goes down 2 kilometers, like, help me. Explain that. Explain that with any conventional wisdom.
Aliens.
That's more than a mile into the earth. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? Like, who did that, and what was the purpose of it? Because there's a guy named Christopher Dunn that thinks that the entire Giza pyramid, the big one, the Great Pyramid, was a power plant.
Yeah.
And he has this whole schematic that he mapped out. Like, this is how you would generate hydrogen. You would have something underneath the surface, underneath the ground, that was causing a vibration, a pounding, and then this reverberation, this vibration would go through the entire building because it was all made out of limestone. And then they had these channels, these paths that they would fill with chemicals, and they would go into what's called the King's Chamber, and this porous limestone that would allow the chemicals to leach through, and that would create hydrogen.
God damn.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm butchering it. I'm sorry, Mr. Dunn. But if you listen to his take on it, and he's an engineer, he explains why the pathways and everything. This is exactly how you would do it if it was some sort of a power plant. But whatever it is, it's like, I don't think that it's a tomb. I just don't think that makes any sense.
Remember your bit where you said, I bet people used to be really smart, but the dumb people just outfuck the smart people 10 to 1 at a staggering pace. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Man, I mean, the pyramids for sure are a mystery. Like, how the fuck did they build those? And now finding out what's underneath them, like, fuck, who knows?
Yeah.
Göbekli Tepe. There's all these mysterious architecture everywhere.
Yeah.
Dude, but it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Every city. Like these cathedrals. Like, think about power tools were invented in the 1890s. And they're talking about these insane cathedrals all over the world.
Carved out of stone.
With no power tools?
Right.
How the fuck did they build?
Have you ever seen that one in India? There's a few of them in India, but there's one that's all carved out of stone. They didn't bring any rocks there. They don't know where the stone went.
Yeah.
It's all insanely intricate and carved out of stone and fucking massive.
And they're everywhere, dude. They're
There's no way to
everywhere.
explain
South
it.
America, Asia, China.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Bro, they carved that out of solid stone.
They might have just been bored as fuck.
Look how
though,
tiny
right?
the people are
Right?
down there.
There's not shit
Bro,
to do
do you
back
know how
then.
long that would take?
Yeah. Hundreds of years, they don't have shit to do.
Look how spectacular the craftsmanship is. Spectacular. And no one knows how old that is. It's like, take a guess.
So
God.
you're back to your bit. People used, dude.
Might get offended.
yeah, it's probably accurate.
Dude,
Oh, Molly McCann's getting choked. Shit.
She needs to win bad.
dude, have you heard? Have
Oh,
you heard,
she's getting choked.
Yeah, she's getting choked.
Well, the hands aren't locked yet. She has
No.
2-on-1 on the support
Right.
arm.
She keeps turning.
She's got a good grip on that shoulder cap, though.
Yeah.
Oh, now she's fucked. Now
she
she's
looks
fucked.
fucked.
Now she's fucked.
Nope, she's
she
gonna
let
get
go
out
of
of
that
it.
arm.
She's out of it. She's out of it.
Oh.
But it wasn't good that she had her hand underneath the jaw that
Yeah.
easily. But
feel
she's,
like
only
whenever
got, she's only got 40 seconds.
Whenever she fights, the crowd's just cheering and she's getting beat up.
Well, she's so tough. She's so tough, and she's such a gamer.
It's just not enough. In the
Oh,
UFC.
Oh, that's deep. Oh, that's deep.
That's a
Oh,
wrap.
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's over.
That's it.
She's lost, what, 4 out of 5 now?
Yeah, if that proves to be true, and there really are these massive structures underneath the pyramid, they got to change everything.
There's past civilizations that were super highly advanced. There's got to be. I mean,
you know what I have a hard time getting into, but I every now and then I'll dive into it. Giants.
Giants too,
Giants.
dude. Giants. That's another
There's
one.
a lot of
for moving
AI.
all that shit.
Well, I don't know about that, because I think you need a lot more than giants to move those fucking stones. You need some kind of crazy technology, because giants don't explain the engineering. It doesn't explain the precision that was involved. Like, whatever they did, they were moving 80-ton stones from 500 miles away and through the mountains, and there's no roads, and no one knows how they did it. So apparently, through the use of LiDAR, they have discovered that there are enormous structures underneath the Great Pyramid that go kilometers deep into the earth with coils. So enormous pillars, and then these coils. They don't understand what it is, because they're just looking at LiDAR images. But whatever this is a uniform structure. There's several pillars. And all of this is like very, very, very weird.
Yeah, it's 600 meters descending down those cylinders, and then there's more stuff below it, and then there's additional structures inside of it. Yeah, that was crazy.
It's really crazy. There's a guy, Jay Anderson, and he did a breakdown of it. Maybe this would be good. We could play this. It makes a little more sense when someone's explaining it to you.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we need somebody that's an expert here, not me and you.
Zawi Hawass, by the way, has said it's nonsense. So I don't know.
Already?
Yes. According to Graham Hancock. This is the wonderful thing about having Graham Hancock.
I texted Graham yesterday. I was like, yeah, what's going on with this?
Yeah, so click on that and go full screen, please.
How significant of a discovery this is.
Dun, dun, dun. I love the music. And geometry, so you know it's real.
You got to appreciate the dramatic intro.
Project Unity.
What has just been announced in relation to the pyramids at the Giza Plateau and the plateau itself is so incredible, so awe-inspiring and narrative-shattering that I have been sitting here for the last hour trying to wrap my head around the implications of what we were just told. So this is pretty much breaking news, because the new findings were announced on the 16th of March at a press conference held by the team who was studying the Great Pyramid of Giza with a non-invasive technology that was first developed by Filippo Bionde and Corrado Malanga, called synthetic aperture radar Doppler tomography.
Fuck, that's a
This
mouthful.
was used to explore the internal
Chiropractor
structure
talk.
of the Great Pyramid of Giza. And this method leverages the analysis of micro movements typically generated by background seismic activity to achieve a high resolution full 3D tomographic imagery of the pyramid's interior and subsurface components. The recent findings from deploying this technology are nothing short of mind-blowing, because what's been discovered is that there are huge structures coming down from the base of the pyramid deep into the bedrock. In fact, over 600 meters deep, which then connects to structures that extend up to 2 kilometers below the surface of the ground. 2 kilometers. Massive internal structures connected to the base of the pyramid and extending deep, deep down. This is what we know so far.
What does your friend think about it?
Which friend?
The one that you said it's bullshit.
Oh, that's not my friend. That's Zawi Hawass.
Okay.
Zawi Hawass is the head of antiquities in Egypt. He's like the head guy that talks to the archaeologists and gives the official narrative. In the past, he's been extremely hostile to Graham Hancock, but Graham Hancock and him have now become friends.
Oh, yes. I do know this guy.
Coordinating. Graham is a lovely guy. People that like are enemies with him just need to get to know him and hang out with him. He's a genuine, real human being who's trying to find the truth. He doesn't have fake narratives, and he's so sensitive too. Like, he's so upset. Like when people smeared him, like the Atlantis thing, they were trying to say it's a white supremacist idea to look for Atlantis. It's like, what are you talking about? Mm-hmm. Like, what are you talking about? Like, we had this guy Flint Dibble on, who in an article, and he was talking about Graham, and he's connecting Graham to white supremacy and all this crazy shit because of the Atlantis theory. It's the way they dismiss Atlantis.
It pedestalizes white heritage?
Because some people in the past who have theorized about Atlantis had white supremacist ideas. But also, most people didn't. Like, Plato didn't. Like, the people that talked about this place, it's in sub-Saharan Africa. I mean, it's like the least white supremacist discovery of all time, as are the pyramids. This is Africa. It's the least white supremacist notion of all time that this incredibly advanced ancient civilization had reached some sort of proficiency that's above and beyond what we attribute to them. I think Graham is right. And I think there's a lot of other people that are right, too, that are chasing this down. And Christopher Dunn had long ago theorized and wrote a book that he believes that the Great Pyramid of Giza is a gigantic power plant. He thinks it generates power, and he has a very like a working theory of why it's built the way it's built that totally coincides with the ability to produce hydrogen, the ability to utilize the rays of space and try to find some way to generate electricity through this.
If you enjoyed today's episode on JRE Plus, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you.